It's beautiful, by the way. Can I smell it? Oh my goodness.
Let me smell this.
That's the apple fritter by Mama J's.
You make me want to go buy a fucking dab rig before I go home.
Oh, I got a dab pin too.
Ooh.
Slick disposable one. Strong.
Dude, thank you. What strain is this?
Ex-wife.
Love it. That's me, honestly.
All right, so welcome to Comedy and Kitsap podcast with Drew and Thomas Friday. And yours truly, Joseph Rogers. And we are here just to talk about comedy. We are going to wing it. We didn't plan on doing this. We didn't plan on what we were going to talk about. And we're just going to fucking go with the flow, as Einstein would say.
Einstein said that?
Yeah. I'm no physics major, but I'm pretty sure Einstein said that at some point in time. They're like, hey, Einstein, should we blow up other countries with atomic bombs? And he's like, go with the flow, bro.
Let's just go with the flow.
I bet Einstein grew his own weed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Reefer madness all the way. So I guess if we're going to be talking about stand-up comedy in general, we'll talk first about how long we've been doing comedy.
Oh. Now, this is something I've always struggled with. Coming up with an official date about when I started.
Well, if you don't remember the date, you can make it any date you want.
Well,
that's what I
that
love.
makes me sound like I don't care, right?
No,
So-
not at all. Just keep it to yourself. No one will fucking know.
Because, like, everybody, I don't know. I feel like so many fucking open micers are just like, it was this day at this time. And oh my God, it means so much
Cold,
to me.
rainy day. Sun just went down.
Shit.
You
I
can smell
remember-
pee in the urinals.
I need to be honest because I feel like I did my first, like, open mic. Like, just piece of shit open mic. Like, get the fuck off the stage. Like, just looking like a schizophrenic
Like you
mess.
checked all the boxes.
It was so bad.
And it was in
It was
middle
so
school?
Bad. I mean, we won't even count that. I feel like that's
Okay.
not real. Like,
Oh, so you're talking about
doing
your
it in high
actual
school.
first open mic?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, I was at Mobster Mike's.
Mobster Mike's. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
I must have been there then.
That, correct me if I'm wrong, was that 2017?
You know.
That's $1 million question.
2017 keeps popping up
So-
everywhere. I think it was a really good year.
That's when I was still married.
Yeah, when you were
But-
Rank Quest.
Yeah.
Shit, should I edit that
No,
out?
Brown. That's
Okay.
when my last name was Brown.
Oh, shit.
Just take out my gun and shoot them. That's the most American thing ever. No, I did not know what the fuck I wanted from that though. I was just like, yo, I'm gonna get on stage and say some shit, and it was horrible.
Remember when all those celebrities died? Was that 2016?
You know, we talk about like the Prince roundup.
Yeah, so you started comedy after all those celebrities died?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, probably
right. No,
2017.
I specifically remember it was after Harambe died.
Oh, okay.
I think I did it for Harambe.
That was my, this is it.
That was my. That was my.
It's now or never. Harambe's gone.
That was my call to adventure.
I got no one else to disappoint.
I got to do it for him.
Some
My
people
first
wait for their
time.
parents to die.
Do you guys remember that Elon Musk made a song for Harambe?
No.
Do not fuck with me right now. You don't. Oh my God.
I feel like I
Y'all
vaguely
we
remember
can't
it.
look it up right now because I feel like that's too much. That'll
it's too
deter
much.
us entirely.
It's too much.
We could do an hour on that alone.
Okay, so you're 5 years in then, Drew.
Ew. I feel like I don't have much to show for that.
Oh,
I
please.
feel like-
Oh, God.
No,
I just
hey,
got back
hey,
doing
hey, hey.
45 minutes.
Fucking whatever. I feel like I have only been good for.
She's
and,
talking
like,
about financially. I don't have anything to show for it.
I feel like I'm only
wearing
like
it. She's like, I'm wearing
Actually,
it.
you've only been like really going at it
for like
for
two.
2.
Yeah.
That's true.
It's true. It's true because I was
You
just
went from recreational to I'm gonna
completely.
do
I was
this,
just like,
bitch.
you know what? I'll do 4 mics a year. That was pretty much where I was at.
That's
Because I fell in love with my mans.
Yeah.
that's how when I started was beginning of 2019,
Oh.
and I only did it 3 times that year. Yeah.
See?
Yeah.
What about? Well, you 10. 10 for
10.
you.
Just did 10. I'm putting
See?
10 years, motherfucker.
So when people ask me, because that's happened a lot these last few days when I was traveling, they're just like, okay, how long you been doing it? And like, I had to think about it, and I've been saying almost 4. That was my, like,
Yeah.
Because I thought about it. I was like, if I like took up all the times that I've been doing it, and then I was like, but people have only like known me for like the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So
Like COVID counts, in my opinion, as a year.
I did not know.
Regardless of whether or not you practiced or you wrote,
Okay.
it still counts, in my opinion.
I
because
rewrote a lot.
You did something artistic, whether you know it or
True.
not. You probably did. People,
Even if it was
you
being
know.
depressed.
Exactly. You can be depressed artistically. And so I think it counts for everybody that's in comedy. And then people that started comedy after COVID, they will never have that credit.
Most true.
I'm a COVID comic.
I'm a COVID
That's-
comic. I
that's true.
survived COVID.
So
I did comedy and then COVID happened and I still do comedy.
You remember
Because COVID killed a lot of comics.
Mike condoms?
do you mean literally?
Like, not literally, no.
Yeah.
Well, maybe there's a couple
I
that died
just had
from COVID,
to
but
call you on that.
no, like, they just never started doing comedy again. They were just like, fuck it.
Fucking why? I don't know. Like, what kills me?
Mike condoms, yeah, those were good times. With the mask.
That
How many jokes? All the same jokes.
Yeah, all the same jokes.
I remember doing comedy at the Dugout
Mm-hmm.
during that time.
Oh yeah.
And
I'm gonna beep that
during
out.
COVID, I remember I. Oh God, dude! Tonight was so funny when Rot said James Manning. Holy shit!
I didn't catch that.
I
That's
fucking.
awesome.
I was like, yo, Thomas. Do you think he meant to do that?
No, dude, he fucks up everybody's name somehow. Remember, he was using you as his translator for a little bit.
And I just abandoned him.
Yeah.
I just, dude.
It sucked because like when I was just getting into comedy, like after those 3 mics, it was beginning of 2020, and I was like, this is it. I'm gonna go
Yeah.
all in,
Yeah.
and then fucking COVID happened,
Yeah.
and I
I'm gonna go full force, baby.
and
Max
then,
power.
yeah, I had to do open mic comedy in World of Warcraft on my character. I went into a bar on my character, and I just sat on the top of the bar and started typing out comedy jokes.
Nice, nice.
I feel like you should literally get to perform at Emerald City Comic Con.
For sure,
you've done
because of
that.
that. You have that credit.
Like, dress up as your character and do that shit in front of people at the con. That would be incredible. No, I remember. Oh shit! Just hit the fuck out of the mic. No, that time I did it in high school. I can't believe they gave me 10 minutes. What the fuck were they thinking?
10 minutes is nothing to them. Fucking teachers talking for all day.
Oh, yeah, they're
And
like,
then the staff, that's
yeah.
all they do is fucking talk.
check it. You think it's easy, kid? And I was just
Oh,
like,
the song's,
okay.
the
Still
song's
10
3 minutes for all the kids. Oh, she's doing comedy. Give her 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. Let's see how long she can last.
What was that for?
Talent contest.
It was
Oh,
like
talent.
when you graduate. I went to Lake Havasu City High School, and
Uh-huh.
when you graduate, if you're in theater, they give you like a showcase, and you can do monologues, which a lot of these dramatic theater kids did, or you can like sing a song, or you can do stand up, which is what I did.
Who's doing a monologue and thinking people care?
I know. Everybody.
You're just doing something so serious, and then you're like,
Everyone knew that's not how you win the.
No.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
there was no
Monologue.
winning. It was
Yeah.
just, it was horribly
Oh, it was
sad.
just a
Like,
shit show.
it was just your parents coming out to see you perform for one last time. Like, you're 18 years old and you're just doing some stupid shit.
I did a talent contest for high school,
Yeah.
and I interpreted dance to Total Eclipse of the Heart with my friends.
That was ironic, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I was like, this is a moment to save yourself. You could say.
We were all in sweatsuits and fucking just dancing.
Fuck yeah, bro.
So I worked at McDonald's throughout high school, and I used to have to go to theater practice and like rehearsals in my McDonald's uniform. So we were doing the Crucible my senior year, and I did the Crucible in my McDonald's
Nice.
uniform with the little bow tie and shit.
And like no one will notice.
No one noticed. And like
Did
the
you wear a visor? Were you one of the visor wearers?
you had
yeah,
to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I looked fly.
It was
as
either
hell in
visor
my
or hat,
uniform.
I believe.
Yeah.
I looked hot.
I worked there for 9 months. That's all I lasted.
Oh, I worked there for like 3 years. I was a
Damn.
veteran.
Damn. You
And
were
I was
the
in
red
charge
shirt.
of like 40-year-olds. They hated me. Hey, I was like, I speak more English than you, so, you know,
yeah, exactly.
get good.
I have more brain cells that work than you. Sorry.
Yo, until you can say good morning to the owner of this fucking franchise. He will never make you a manager. That's just the way it was, dude.
Yeah.
They hated me.
It's
They
true.
called
I
me
mean, it's
gringo
true.
and shit. And I was like, listen, I understand everything you're saying to me as far as shit talking goes. Like,
Nice.
I was raised to be half Mexican after all. So. But anyway, stand up. Yeah.
Yeah, so we're starting to get some seasoning on us. Thomas, I do remember when you started comedy.
Oh.
It was incredibly awkward, and I definitely thought you were gonna murder somebody if your set didn't go very well.
Has that changed?
I way less murdery vibes now. He's gaining more confidence on stage, so way less murdery vibes.
You
for
should
sure.
show Joe your screensaver.
Oh man.
But
Is it okay if I hit this again?
yeah, it's public. Nice. Yeah, that looks right. That looks right. Yeah, it was I honestly didn't think that you were gonna stand a chance. I thought you were just gonna crumble under the pressure.
See, I've always been like really good at drawing, and so I felt like, oh, that's what I have to do for my like passion, I guess. But then that first time I did that mic, and I got my first giggle, because I fucking ate shit my first 3 times, and then just that giggle was like, this is what I want to do.
Then the dopamines
Yeah,
and shit starts firing off in
yeah.
your brain.
Yeah.
That's what makes it such a rush sometimes.
What made you guys get started?
Oh, dude, I've
'Cause-
always really liked stand up. Like my mom and my dad, well, my sister's dad, like used to listen to it a lot, and I don't know. It was really nice hearing them laugh, and I was like, I loved it too. Eddie Murphy was my first stand up album, Delirious, and I was just like, I don't know, I got kind of like obsessed with it. And it always like brought us all together. We just like sit there and laugh our asses off, and it was just such a good feeling. But for me, I was just always a fucking goofball and stuff. So I don't know. It was something I always wanted to do. But I didn't think that I would be like on stage like writing jokes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I always thought that I would go like the acting route for sure.
Oh yeah.
But no.
Me, I'm a car salesman, and they have these things called circles where all the salesmen stand in circles, and I'm still socially awkward back then. That's changed. I'm so confident now. But I would never talk in those circles until I thought of a one-liner. As soon as someone said something that popped something in my head, I was just like, say it. And I'd get just enormous eruptions of laughter.
The reason why you were so uncomfortable in the circles is because no one had peyote. So you're like, this is too white for me. I don't know what you guys are doing here.
Yeah.
Have you done peyote?
No, but I want to.
Ooh.
I
This is a call out to the
have done
channel.
mescaline.
I was thinking about
Is
going
that
to Arizona and doing it, but
is mescaline a form of peyote?
it's in the same family.
Okay.
Shit.
I've done mescaline once. It was pretty weird. Like all my friends were wearing glasses all of a sudden.
Okay.
And I was like, hey, why are you wearing glasses all of a sudden? And they're like, I'm not wearing glasses. I'm like, yeah, you are.
So mescaline totally fucked my brain up.
Oh.
Back to you with the weather.
Sorry.
It could have been the mescaline. It could have been the fucking anthrax. Who knows?
Oh, shit.
Someone sold you some bunk mescaline.
I had mescaline mixed in an ecstasy pill. It was green. I remember that. And I crushed it up. And then I snorted it. Because I thought it was just regular
Regular old drugs, right?
regular old ecstasy. I thought, this is going to be great. And then all of a sudden, I was just like waiting for it to kick in. And I remember just watching everything vibrate real quick. And then like a water drop. And then I got nauseous as fuck. And then all of a sudden, I'm just like hallucinating. And so I was like, this is not what
were
I
you
signed
seeing?
up for.
When you were hallucinating, what were you seeing?
No, it's just the movements. So like when you see everything looks like it's floating or on a wave,
Yeah.
that's
Okay.
all I was seeing, and just more colorful. But the whole time I thought my face was someone else's face. So like you thought everyone was wearing
Yeah.
sunglasses or whatever. I thought oh, I have their face right now. I look like them. I'm basically them. And
Our boy was skinwalking.
yeah.
Bro.
But because I snorted it, it's stuck.
That might have been the most Native American thing you've ever done.
Yeah, it's a good old
Oh.
skinwalking tradition. And then people were wearing your face, and you're like, "Why are you wearing my face,
Hey,
bro?
you ever wear somebody's face?
Why are you wearing my face?" You're like, "'Cause you're wearing my face." You're like, "Oh yeah, that's right."
But anyways, I was like high for 3 days straight
Damn.
until I finally blew my nose,
Damn.
and it was all green. And then I remember I was trying to fall asleep, and the curtains kept looking like they were rising. I was like, "Who the fuck is trying to open these up?" And it was no one. And then finally fell asleep, and then my brain has been stuck in like that I'm approaching getting high. So if I'm looking at this, it is moving, and that's my brain.
So,
No way.
so the brain on this is your brain on drugs commercial. Actually,
Yeah.
it's talking about you.
Yep.
Damn.
Yep. It's
Bro, how are you allowed to drive?
so like when I'm moving, I don't really notice it, but
Humans can
as soon
adapt
as I
very well.
stop and I stare at something,
Also,
Um,
Just
yeah.
don't stare at anything.
So, like, these-
Now that I know this about you. I'm like, oh my god, every time you've looked at something for too long.
yeah.
So it's like just light as fuck with you.
That if you're looking at me and I'm staring at nothing, I'm actually looking at stuff move.
Will you have my face if you look at me?
No.
No, he was
No.
super high. He was peaking during that.
Okay.
We would have to recrunch up those same
I'd
drugs
say-
to reenact.
I don't know if I've ever done anything too crazy like that. Like, I've done LSD and Molly, but I never really hallucinated. Like, I remember I looked at the stucco on like my ceiling in my bedroom, and it looked like the sands of Egypt that were like rolling
Yeah,
like a pyramid.
yeah,
That
yeah.
shit was sick.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Well, when I was doing mescaline, not only were my friends wearing glasses,
Mescaline.
but I would, in the corner of the room, there would be like a jellyfish swimming in the air.
That's not where
And
it
I'm
belongs.
like-
SpongeBob.
Yeah, I was like, that's not real. It would just trip me out. Butterflies as well, be floating around and shit. Really colorful
Yeah.
butterflies and shit. And I haven't met anybody that's had that same experience on mescaline. So the glasses experience, yes, but not the jellyfish and the butterfly. So maybe that's just my brain.
I wish I got the glasses.
Yeah, no shit. Well, see, I wasn't snorting anything either. I was doing it like a normal person, sticking it up my butt. Cram it, baby.
Ooh, I have a fun stand-up question. Like, where do you think you would want to perform most, like club-wise, all across the country? Where would you want to go?
Cellar.
Yeah,
Yeah. New York.
it's a good choice.
Everyone's there.
Red Rocks.
Okay.
Well,
Is that a club though? No.
no, the Red Rocks would be cool just because it's so beautiful.
It's
It
just so
is.
beautiful. Okay, then never mind.
But like
Red Rocks
club-wise
for
or,
sure,
like,
though.
more comedy venue instead of music venue.
I mean, dude, the Cellar's the shit.
You know, I haven't given it much thought actually.
And Comedy Cellar.
There's one place in Canada that I'd like to go to.
Mm-hmm. I think Gotham would be really good.
Gotham.
Oh,
New
Gotham,
York.
yeah.
Gotham would be sick. I remember I watched Tony Hinchcliffe's special. Either he did something at Gotham City, and then there's something like the Ice House. And this was forever ago. But watching his special, I was just out of the military, and he really inspired me to be meaner with the jokes that I was writing.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
I very, very, very much enjoy his style of like punching sideways, not necessarily up.
Yeah.
Like it's great. And To Kill Tony's fucking amazing. So
Yeah.
You have.
opened your eyes.
I started watching that, and I have not watched at least 3 episodes a day since that night.
Good man. Good man. I always like the Shane Gillis ones. The guy's fucking hilarious. He just makes me cry laughing. Especially when he's fucking wasted. I love it. I would love to go on that someday. Like, That would make my life. I would love to tell like my worst jokes, just like the ones that are the most controversial, and see how they land. You know.
Well, I have some ones that I'm shelving for if one day I'm a little bit more
We should take a road
known,
trip. It'd be dope.
and to pull them out then,
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like some of the jokes are just gonna be better later in my comedy life. I think so. I will say, I was introduced to comedy at a very young age by the television, because I was born in 1980. So when I was young, like 85 through 88, I would watch late night TV when I would go over to my aunt's house. Anytime I'd go over to somebody else's house, I was always like looking to see what cable channels they had and shit, because we never had any of that. And I came across Richard Pryor doing stand-up comedy once. And I don't know that I laughed, but all I remember thinking the whole time I was watching him was, he looks like he's having a lot of fucking fun. And I was like, I would love to do something like that. And then I watched the show Mick and Morty. No,
Rick and Morty?
No. Morty.
I know which one you're
Mindy?
talking about.
Mork and Mindy. Yeah, with Robin Williams. And I loved that show as a kid. And shortly after that, I came across Robin Williams' stand-up. And I remember just seeing him and thinking the same thing, like, holy shit, that looks so fun. I would love to do that. And my whole life, that was my impression of comedy. And then as I became an adult, I was like, I would never be able to do that. I would never have the balls to do that. I would be too scared. And then there came a time in my life in my 30s where I was like, you know what? You got to start doing shit that you don't want to do in your life that you want to do, and stop being afraid and just do it. It was kind of a spiritual experience that I had prior to that kind of woke me up a little bit to some of those things. And stand-up comedy was one of those things that I always wanted to do, so I was like, I'm gonna fucking do it. And I got shit tanked. Just straight shit tanked, and went up there. And I was so drunk, and I didn't do horrible. So I was like, okay, there's potential there, So like, I was drunk, so it was really bad because of that. But for being how drunk I was, I still got some laughs here and there. So I was like, okay, cool. But yeah, and then I saw some crucial comedy shows right before I started comedy down in Santa Monica. And I got to be part of some backyard shows and pick the brain of one of the producers there a little bit, and decided there's not much in Kitsap, so it's a free open market basically at that point, back in 2012. And there was only one other bar that was doing comedy every now and then, but I was like, fuck it. I can't travel. I'm a dad. I got a family. I can't fucking hit the road. I can't leave all the time. So I was like, I'll do shows and I'll host them. And that way I'll get my 5 or 10 minutes up front. And I can get my practice in then. And then kind of just see where it goes. And now, 10 years later, we got like 2,500 followers on the Facebooks.
That's crazy.
So that's pretty good.
That's crazy.
Pretty proud of that.
And just like everybody knows about it,
It's getting
You built
popular.
such a hub.
And now we have like a bunch of local comedians.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys are fucking killing it.
Hey,
And making me very happy, because it feels like all that work that I've put into bringing the comedy and having the platforms to see the comedians then go out and do comedy outside of here.
Yeah.
It's always so cool to see that,
I feel like I'd be nothing without the local scene, dude.
because
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
a home base.
I would never have started if it wasn't for having somewhere to do it here.
Yeah,
Same.
yeah. And that's the thing, is that what I felt like when I started doing comedy out here, I felt like even though there wasn't anybody else, I felt like as long as we have somewhere, people will come out. Because if you think about it, every city probably has a group of people that would do stand-up comedy if their town had it.
I think so. I think
And-
more people should.
Yeah. And so I think that sometimes it's just about finding the places to have the platform to do it.
It's just such a lovely community that I think it's made a huge difference in my life personally. It has completely, helped me become my own person, especially after my divorce. It's, completely boosted my ego. in a really positive way. That isn't like, shitty.
There's a lot of
Um,
positives that you can put towards
yeah.
real life by doing comedy.
It's just
For
really, I didn't realize how much of a part of me it was. I used to be such a avid fan and supporter of stand-up, but doing it has completely changed everything for me. And I'm really proud of where I'm at and who I know and just everybody who's
The
supported
path
me.
that you're on.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
I've never been happier. I know that for sure.
Oh yeah, I didn't have a friend group before this.
Right?
Yeah.
Like that, at least that I loved.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and someone I was like, oh, I look forward to hanging out with everyone in this
Absolutely.
area.
Yeah, for real. It's so neat being able to have legitimate peers that you look up to as well
Mhm.
in a lot of different regards. Like, I feel like everybody's always really pushing themselves. The sad thing about stand-up is seeing people stop. And, feeling the pressure yourself even. Like, everybody goes through ebbs and flows of feeling really strong, feeling really weak. Especially if you do choose to make it past the 5-year mark. At least what I've noticed is that it's interesting being your own engine behind everything that you do. No one else is doing this shit for you. You're writing your own jokes, and you are completely in charge of whether you get better or you get worse. So it's almost like keeping a barometer on how you're doing consistently. And that is a very interesting balance to create and to commit to. And I've learned a lot about that in this last year, I think, as I've put a lot more effort into branching out and, God forbid, making a brand. I'm sorry. So, and scene.
Just to clarify, you said engine and not engine, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, good.
Close one.
And adding to that, not what you said, but what Drew said. I think that's a very good point. I've been saying it for a very long time. If you start doing stand-up comedy, don't quit. Whatever you do, don't quit. And the reason why is because time will pass regardless of what you choose to do. So there's a chance that if you quit comedy, 20 years will still pass. And then when it does, you'll look back and be like, damn, I would be probably really good at this if I never would have quit, because I'd be 20 years in right now. And you never gave yourself the opportunity to cash out on something that could be fulfilling. And I think the 5-year mark is a good mark, because I feel like that's typically around the time when you can start cashing out on those investments that you make in yourself a little bit. And even though you can't necessarily live off comedy yet, you can still get paid to do comedy.
Yeah. Dude,
So-
I made like damn near $1,000 these last 5 days.
Yeah, and that's what it's about.
And
Just
it
grinding
was really
it out.
cool.
That's got to be the best feeling.
It was nuts. I definitely, thanking my lucky stars.
There's no better feeling than getting paid for comedy. There really isn't.
It's the best
Yeah.
money that I've ever made.
Yeah.
Like being able to, buy something for myself with, fucking joke dollars. I'm like, what the fuck,
Get
man?
them joke dollars.
How did I
baby.
change a pussy joke into this money?
Seriously, because like making the drug
Because
dollars,
pussy sells.
it doesn't
This
end the
pussy
same.
does sell. I don't know. Like I'm
Drug
really-
dollars don't spend the same as comedy dollars. Joke dollars.
I've been having an interesting time, like trying to define myself as a comedian too. I was like, I feel like I'm like both clever and really raunchy at the same time.
Yeah.
I don't know, but then I don't know. I don't want to sound self-inflated when I say things like
Well,
that.
you lead out clean for the most part, and it gets the crowd to analyze you and be on your side. You easily captivate the crowd,
right?
and you have a style that is very welcoming, and I think people trust you. And then I think because of that, you can do that shortly into the set. When you do get raunchy or you do say something controversial, they're still on board with you, and they're still riding the ride with
I want
you,
it to be like that.
which is really cool.
I want them to be like, dude, that's fucked up, but it's so funny. I can't help
Yeah,
but
for
laugh
sure.
at it.
For sure.
Oh, like tonight.
Yeah, I like to.
Yeah.
But you
Ouch,
carry
thank
yourself
you.
with a lot of confidence,
Yeah.
I think sometimes comedians that don't have a whole lot of confidence, it takes them longer to win over the crowd.
Yeah, nothing else confident.
I'm still trying to find my comedy voice,
Mm.
but I feel like they think I'm so awkward and nervous up there that they're almost like cheering for me.
Yeah, they're like, "Go,
Yeah.
Thomas, go! You
And-
can do it! You can fucking do it! He did it!
I-
he did it!"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he fucks up a joke. And he's like, "Oh, okay. No,
I
it's
do
okay
that.
though. We still got you though, Thomas. You can do it."
Yeah.
But I've been trying to get over that, and Narin once said was just like, just go up there, be more animated, just do it, just do, your jokes and stuff like that. And I did his show like that. Every single Roxy show too. I'm not trying to act awkward up there,
Yeah.
and they always go better. I should do that full time.
Yeah, you should.
Well, I've noticed personally, like the day before the dope show at Dog Days, leading up to hosting at Dog Days, I thought to myself, I'm going to practice the hosting set for tomorrow so I get it down. And, there's like 10 people there at Dog Days. And I start out and I'm just like immediately like, nope, we're not going to do this right now. And I don't know why.
Yeah.
I just wasn't feeling it. But I was like, in my mind, I'm like, I should be practicing it though, And then the dope show comes and then I'm like, okay, I didn't practice it, but I'm pretty sure I got it. And I just kind of like went over my head what I was going to do. And then I did it and it was fine. And I feel like sometimes I get so heady sometimes that like, I honestly felt like because I didn't practice at Dog Days the night before that I wasn't going to do well. But I think once it gets to the shows where it's an elevated show, so you have to elevate your game.
Yeah.
You can do that.
Well, it's just like I got a show at Muckleshoot Casino November 11th.
It's a
But
Friday.
I have not really practiced for that at all.
But you have, though.
And
Yeah.
in a way, but I'm not taking it serious. I feel like once it comes down to that day, I'm like, all right. I mean, I have to kill it tonight.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah. But I think I want you to kind of like not think too much about what I just said, but after your set, analyze whether or not you felt like you kind of stepped up your game because you had to step up because you're on a bigger show.
Yeah.
Because I do think that naturally we do that. Kind of like when me, you, and Brock went down to Bend.
Oh yeah.
Like I felt like we were all just like so ready. We were just chomping at the bit.
Oh yeah.
Like let's get this going, And then once we get up there and did good, I think right before most of us, we didn't even know if we were going to do good. I mean,
it was
like,
such a different feeling, Sometimes different venues give you a different feeling.
yeah. And then we get out there and we just kill it.
Yeah.
And then felt so good afterwards.
Yeah.
It just felt so good.
I always feel like I get myself very amped up before most things,
Mhm.
and especially
Yeah.
the bigger the stage, the more excited I will get. The more people, the more
Yeah.
excited I'll get.
Yeah.
So just because it's like the stakes are that much higher. So
Yeah.
if you succeed, it rewards you that much more. If you fucking bomb, then
It
you
hurts
want to
that
kill
much
yourself
more.
that much more. So
Just- There's also nothing like performing in front of fresh ears.
That's
like
the best.
oh yeah.
When no one's seen you before.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't have to feel guilty about, you guys heard this joke, but I got to say it. Cause
And then you can make a little
Right.
quirk to your set. You can make a
Yeah.
little change, and no one will even know.
no.
Right.
As opposed to like, well, what the fuck is Joe doing tonight? Why is he
I
acting
love
so
seeing
weird?
jokes evolve over time and be, really refined by somebody. Especially if I like the joke.
That helps.
Fuck. It's very painful when you see somebody who is not getting the hint that their joke is not doing well. Like, I understand. Like, that's why I removed one of mine. Like, that fucking one joke, it's literally just good for me. And my friends like it. I'm like, okay, people don't want to laugh at this, and it's totally fine.
Yeah.
But
And which is hard because sometimes you just need to work the joke out in a
Right.
different way. But when you're not getting laughs on it, you're like, this joke is not working at all.
yeah. And, like, people come up to you afterwards, and they'll be like, that was
Yeah.
really funny, but I just felt bad for laughing. I'm like, oh, my God, come on. Come on.
I have a joke that started out as just a joke. The
Trust me, it just
Thomas
started
just
out
had a
as
fucking
a joke.
aneurysm.
yeah, ouch.
Just started out as a joke.
Oh.
Nothing else.
R.I.P.
We spend most our lives.
But that native fuck. Maybe I did have an aneurysm. What is it? My wife was white and that joke started out as like she was my girlfriend, and there was no punchline.
Yeah, because you couldn't mention the divorce.
Yeah,
because we weren't married in the joke.
But like a bunch of comedians all helped me. They like, I love what's going on there. There's something there. You just got to word it differently.
Yeah.
And then 2 comics helped me with that. And now it's one of my favorite jokes to tell because it always gets the best.
Yeah. And the thing I love about that joke is for some reason it seems like it takes the crowd just 1 extra second to get the joke.
Those are my actual favorite jokes to ever tell.
And they laugh at the same time.
Yeah.
But it's all delayed. And I love it. Because then they got to like, wait a minute. Did you just go there? Yeah, he did. It's fucking hilarious. And then once you get that under your belt, that first really good joke that's well crafted, and even if you got help with it, sometimes that's all the confidence boost you need.
Yeah.
Write another joke.
Yeah.
You know, try it out. Hash it out on stage.
Well, I don't know if there's anyone that are like purists for like their jokes. Like, oh, if I didn't write it, then I am not saying it.
Oh,
But
not at all.
I have had help with a few jokes, and it just makes the joke better. So,
Well,
and I wouldn't think of a lot of these things because I'm still, what am I, 3 years?
Dude, if someone
Yeah.
shares something, a tag, or they say, it would be funny if you said this, dude, I love that.
Yeah.
Especially when I use it and it works.
I think it depends
love
on
that.
who they are.
That it does depend on that.
Yeah.
But
Like, I'm so turned off by that most of the time. Like,
well,
if
I can
I
see
don't
how it
know
could be a little
you,
bit different.
if I don't know you, if I just met
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
and we're in an open mic, I swear to God,
Oh, yeah.
don't say that shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because like, there's no more way for me to just be like instantly turned off by you, especially if I haven't seen you perform, and you
Yeah.
just come up to me like, "Hey, you know, it'd be good.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, I love your joke, but this." Shut up.
That's a
Yeah.
total, yeah.
Shut up.
It's got to be someone I at least respect a
No
little bit.
shit.
Because then I'm like, okay. Because they know what
Like-
they're talking about.
That's just common sense,
Yeah.
right? You would, in order for you to tell somebody something funny, you would want to have a established agreement. Hey, we both think that we're funny, right?
Mhm.
So what I'm saying right now isn't going to make me look like a jackass. Rather than just be, you know exactly who the fuck I'm talking about when I'm talking.
Drew needs a CBD gummy right now.
Fucking at me, you guys.
Um,
Making a lot of eye contact with this camera. I know a lot of people
yeah,
are going to make
we don't
fun
know
of
who's
me.
going to be looking either. Whoever's going to be watching this video is going to be like, "What's up with all the eye contact with this
That's
gal?"
cool.
Jeez.
cool.
I feel like I've been having to make eye contact,
You
so I'm
know,
trying not to look
You
at
set
you
it up
guys.
execution style,
Yeah.
this camera.
Yeah.
Like, and we're talking about that whole serial killer shit before.
Yes. There's not an
I
easy
blew
way
it.
to get
Now you're going to kill me.
line up 3 people. Yeah. Because I was thinking about doing where we turn the table, and then one's
Mhm.
at the end of the table, and then the other looking at each other,
Ah.
and then one's facing the camera. But I did that once, and the person that was sitting here in the middle looked half the size as we did because they were farther away from the
I
camera.
love that.
It was pretty funny. But so that's why I have like kind of a level here, but and then I always look weird. So
Do we get demonetized if we do dabs on camera? Is it?
you know, I've never turned on the monetization for any of my
Oh.
YouTubes.
Wouldn't that be fun if you did?
It could be, I guess. Could be humbling. Here's your 20. Here's your 24-cent check.
That's about what it would cost for a little tiny.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait,
Here's
wait,
a
wait.
grain of
Let's price it
dab.
out. How much is one dab?
How much is one dab?
Yeah, like
I probably get like
$3.
up to 20 to 25 dabs out of a gram.
so like one something.
Yeah.
Well, I have nothing to participate in.
Each
this
dab is
conversation.
probably like 25 to 50 cents.
So hold on, that is so much less than a cup of coffee. So you tell me I can get 3 times the amount of energy that I get from coffee from one
For sure,
dab
for
in
sure.
10 seconds
Yeah.
for 25 cents.
But I do
I'm
like
sold.
10 dabs a day. So.
This is the best weed commercial I've ever come up with. Anyway,
Do you want to do a dab out of the rig?
fuck yeah, dude. Just staring into the abyss.
Can I grab another beer?
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take an intermission.
Yo, keep it going.
So, anyways,
joke.
I don't smoke weed, so I have no idea what they're talking about.
I've got a joke. You want to hear it?
Yes.
So I feel like, oh shit, Joe left. Just like my father. Joe, goddammit.
He just went to go get a cigarette.
I went to get you a beer.
Yeah.
You fuck.
Pack of
I
cigarettes.
feel like I've gotten
or
a lot
milk.
better at writing jokes, but also I'm incredibly offensive when writing jokes, and then it takes people for me to rein it back in to something that's good. So I was told by somebody that this one was good, so I wrote it down.
You want to wait for Joe?
Yeah. I feel bad.
Well, let's see. What do I got here?
Damn, it's almost midnight. Oh, okay. So I feel like the only reason that Trump buried his ex-wife on his golf course is because they wanted a few extra holes on the golf course. She's the 19th, 20th, and the 21th hole.
Oh, nice. I like that. That's a golf joke. That's not
It
easy
is
to
a
do.
golf joke.
That's not easy to do.
It's a fucking golf joke, motherfuckers.
I'm gonna make the dab smaller.
Okay, thank
I
you.
loaded one up for me. I forgot. It's you. This will be a good size dab. That's a baby dab.
Is it weird for me to call you my comedy dad, or would you rather want
You know, the
comedy
first time I heard-
oracle?
the first time I heard you say that.
Yeah.
The first time I heard you say that, refer to me as the comedy dad, I was acting like a dad. So it felt right. I was like, yeah, I'm kind of acting like a dad, so I should probably tone it down a little
No,
bit.
no,
But at the same time, I was like, well, I kind of am the comedy dad in a way, you know? I'm not.
You're like the soccer coach I always wanted. You know what I mean? Like, you look after everybody. It's nice.
Let's see what you got, Drew.
All right.
Let's see what you're made out of.
Pick it up and suck through the thing, and I'll do this part. Nice. It's a nice baby dab.
Think so.
Yeah, make sure to turn your mic back on.
Oh, for sure. That shit tastes like deliciousness.
Yeah.
Like key lime pie.
I can see that. It's called apple fritter, so.
That shit is piney. This is power pine saw, baby.
Well, I'm not going to try it. I'll smell it. It smells good.
This doesn't make you want to do a dab? Thomas?
No.
No. Look at her. She's having a good time. She's already relaxed.
This
doing
is
the
strong
shoulder
as
shimmy.
getting me.
You remember me when I smoked that one time? That was 6%.
Are we getting McDonald's after this?
I legit had McDonald's every day for 2 weeks
Oh my
straight.
God. No wonder why you're so
remarkably
fucked.
bad for you. You just like casually supersized me, you know,
Yeah.
just like, hey, for every meal.
Like, I got this.
Yeah, every night. I had 2 cheeseburgers.
Oh, how are you fat?
Bro,
What the fuck, dude? You still have
He's got
like
good
that
metabolism.
metabolism's
Yeah,
crazy,
he's got good
dude.
genes.
I wish it was a little bit better, to be honest.
Well, yeah, all you gotta do is just fucking
I go to the gym.
walk a mile a day. You'll
I go
be
to
fine.
the gym fucking 4 times a week. Do you know how average I look? God, I work out so much. to just look
Thomas,
so
if you
average.
walk 2 miles every day, you would get desired looks that you were looking for.
desired.
Yeah. Your man boobs would go away. Your belly would flatten up.
Yo, that's
I'm just
Come
going to
to the
start going to
gym.
the gym with you.
you should just go
Yeah.
to the
Yeah,
gym.
just go lift some
Yeah.
weights. Go
I could
Yeah.
be so... I already know.
do some push-ups.
We're gonna
do
go
some
look
crunches.
like the hottest
Do
serial
some
killers
j-
that
oh,
I've
do some jump rope.
ever seen.
Do some jump rope, bro.
Yeah,
Jump rope.
Yep.
I don't look like
Go
a serial
old school.
killer. You've got the look.
Jump
I
rope,
don't.
push-up, and crunches.
I'm like so bad, though, because I am so lazy.
Me too. Dude, it's the
I'm
worst.
unbelievably lazy.
There's always something better
That's
to
what
do than
fucking
working out.
Pre-workouts for.
I have 3 clean loads of laundry on my bed that I
That has
just
nothing to do with
moved
working
to the
out.
side and I sleep on it.
I've done that too. Yes.
Well, when you're lonely, sometimes it feels like a person. It's nice.
Yeah.
Shape it into a woman.
You know,
She's a
like
big
with
ol'
woman
ass.
hips. Yeah.
Macy.
Yeah.
Macy. Ooh.
But yeah, I've been doing that for 7 months now. Wait, what
Very
month is
nice.
this?
7 months.
It is month number 9.
9 months.
Yeah.
That was right after you lost the roast battle. That's when
Life's
it all
been
started.
gone downhill since.
That's when it all started.
That's when you finished 4th place. Tied 4th place.
Damn, and then you said it every time you went up for a mic.
Still does.
Coming in tight
was-
4th.
One time I was introing him, and he waited until he was waiting to hit record on his phone, and he waited until after I gave the intro.
Okay,
And then hit
I
record.
seriously, I don't lie. I didn't do that on
That's
purpose.
so funny, though.
I thought it was hilarious, though.
I think that's fantastic. I think you.
I've been really, I've been trying to,
0%.
I've been trying to geek out on intros because I don't remember anything. Right? If someone says, "Say this about me" before you bring me up,
Mm-hmm.
if it's not written down, I'm not going to remember it. I have to literally read it. My memory's so bad, probably from all the dabs and other stuff.
Let's
But
put that evil on me.
so what I like to do instead is I like to just try to like make it sound really good just by saying their name. And then throwing in weird shit like you might have seen him at Winco.
Yeah.
I am a
It's true.
terrible host. I can't get
You
it
don't
down.
have good host vibes and energy.
Yeah. So when I
That's so funny.
when I host for Tacoma Comedy Club,
Oh yeah.
her name was Kelly Collette. And then on the drive there I was just like, well, kind of sounds similar to Kelsey Cook. And I was like, don't say
You planted the seed.
Yeah, I was like, why would I do that?
Planted the seed.
That's a nightmare.
And
I
now the seed is
Tried
growing.
so hard when I was up there. I was like, I must have said Kelly Collette 200 times in my head.
Kelly Colette.
And that's the whole. You were just thinking about that the whole time. and it
Yep,
just
I
totally
was thinking about
fucked.
that right
Instead
before
of
getting
shit
on
that
stage.
mattered, instead of the important shit you were thinking
Yeah.
about.
How'd you get that gig? Did you just hit up Tacoma Comedy Club?
Shelby.
No? Sick.
We were hanging out at a show, and he just asked the booker.
I would love to open for somebody. Well,
Shelby's got
host.
5 gigs there
nice.
in October.
Nice.
Yeah, sometimes you just gotta reach out, send
Yeah.
a video,
Yeah.
see what's available, let them know you're available.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like I've got some good videos that I could send them.
for sure,
I want to send them to Amanda Wilhelm too.
for sure.
I don't send videos out.
You're just cool and get hit up.
So then you have
I-
to.
Way to flex on me, Thomas.
I just don't know how to do it. I'm too like, oh god, no one.
No, basically you find out who's running shows, send them a
Mhm.
video through Messenger with a link that says YouTube. Some people post a big long bio too,
Yeah.
but I think it's best to keep that part short and just say, hey, I heard you produce shows. I'm looking to get out a little bit more. Here's this video of my set. If you think it would go good with your demographic out there, just maybe we can work something out. Straight, simple.
Yeah.
Yeah, because promoting yourself, marketing yourself as a comedian is so
Mhm.
crucial.
Yeah.
When you feel like you're ready to market yourself and put yourself out there, it's a very crucial part of comedy.
Mhm.
It's like,
I'm so terrible at it.
so am I. But
And
I've told myself I'm going to do it one day. And when I do, it's going to work out.
I'm trying to be more consistent with reaching out to bookers and getting booked at clubs, you know, just because doing that 45 felt really good. It felt nice to know that I can definitely like fill 45 comfortably.
You could say you've headlined now too. You can
Yeah.
do so many. I don't know what they're called.
Well,
Credits.
yeah, I've headlined a few times now, and I feel really good about it. Like I can absolutely knock out a 30-minute spot, and like 45's a minute. Like holy
Yeah.
shit, being up
Yeah.
there for an extra 15 is definitely a lot.
Yeah.
But you get a lot more time to tell like longer stories and stuff like that. It feels good to get to know your audience.
When
Crowd
you go
work is so much
45
fun.
plus, it's so much more important to make the show progressively better as it goes longer,
Absolutely.
which is super
Getting that
hard
energy
to
super
do.
high and like
Yeah.
interacting with the crowd, because like that was what I learned from those bar shows
Mhm.
is how to rein people back in after just being like dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, get involved, fucking talk some shit. They love that.
And one of my favorite things to do is when I can is to go when there's an artist or a comedian at the Tacoma Comedy Club that I want to see. I'll buy tickets to see him 2 or 3 times because they'll do like 5 to 6 shows through the week. And I'll go see him 2 or 3 times because each time's different. And it's always cool to see the differences.
Sure.
Like one of the comedians I saw, they did some crowd work at one of the shows, and it just made the show like off the charts better than the other shows.
Yeah.
Like it was just
Crowd work's fun.
so
I have
good.
become a fan of
Yeah.
crowd work. And I fucking dumpstered some hecklers while I was out of town. Oh.
From right now, crowd work for me is too 50-50. It's too risky still. Like I feel like I could put myself out there in the crowd, but it could go really bad really fast. I say weird shit sometimes.
I like doing the improv stuff, improv shows and improv and mics, and crowd work's kind of fun to me. I'm still trying to get to the whole conversation part. Like I like the idea, but I can't talk to people, so I'm like,
yes, yes you can. You should watch Stavros Halkias.
Who's that?
He's a stand-up comedian out of New York.
Okay.
Really, really good.
Send me a link.
Okay. Yeah, he's fucking like the king of. Well, right now he's completely owning the crowd work scene.
Wait, Stavros?
Stavros. Yeah, he got the
Greek
fucking-
guy?
Yep, Greek guy.
Oh, yeah, he's
Big
awesome.
one. Yeah, he's awesome. I was gonna say I know Shelby's told you about him.
I knew about him before Shelby.
Hear that? Flex.
Yeah. Where's this? But
get it, my guy.
no, because I watch Twitch a lot, and he was hanging out. Well, I watch YouTube videos of Twitch streams, and and he was hanging out in some people's house, but he was a comedian, and I looked him up, and I started watching his shit.
Hell yeah, he's hilarious.
So the thing about this recording that I'm trying to see as well is if I feel like we could be listening to music like we are right now, but it really shouldn't come up through the mics. So if someone's watching this video, there's a chance that you maybe hear it very vaguely in the background.
So it's just gonna look like I'm dancing.
Yeah, but that's
I love
cool.
that.
I mean, I just think it's going to be interesting to see how much of it comes through. Because I like the idea of having the music playing, but it not coming through the recording. Because I don't have the room one on. I just have the mics on. So we'll see how it sounds. I got 3 identical mics. So we'll see how it turns out. But yeah, stand-up comedy.
I've been loving it
It's
so
fun.
much.
It's fun. It can be fun. It
Yeah.
can be fun. But there's grueling parts of it, though, sometimes that are less fun. But it's always so important to understand that a lot of times that's part of the process and not to lose faith. And
It's always worth it.
it makes you stronger when you get through each one of those little bumps in the road, whether it be not getting booked enough or just not feeling good about your jokes, because that happens all the time, where you just look at your jokes and you just want to puke, you know? And then you get up there and you can tell that you're not telling them with the same energy.
Well, because like I've been using a lot of my jokes that I first started out writing, and I've probably said them a million times. Everyone's heard them a million times at the mics around here. So I'm always like, I got to write something new. And then it's new, so it's not refined. And people are like, so it's like, fuck, am I winning?
You see some comics that do a lot of the same material each time to really hone in that set. And then there are comics like myself who try to change it up as much as you can. And I always am intrigued by the 2 styles because neither one of them are wrong, you know, in a sense. So both have the pros and the cons attached to them. And I think something I noticed personally was when we were getting ready to do those series of shows at the clubs for the Dope Show, I was doing a lot of practicing leading up to that of the jokes I wanted to tell on that trip. And then by the time we were done with the shows, I was like, okay, I'm done doing those jokes for a while.
Yeah.
Because I've been doing them so much leading up to the show, and then at the show, and then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna move on to some new jokes. And then the very first time, next time I'm on stage at Remedy, I go up there to tell new jokes, and the whole crowd is people that have never seen me before. So I was like, okay, well, I just did this, so let's do it one more time. You know? And just realizing that, like, you know, everyone's style of writing is different. There's really no wrong way. But yeah, I think practicing at the open mics helps a lot. Like you say, you're not really prepared or doing. I think you are. I think you just coming out to the mics and telling the jokes, and you're doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because then that means when you step up to the stage at this new location, then that's where it kicks in, and not worrying about whether or not it's going to match what you've been doing.
Yeah.
Mm.
Reps
You
are
know,
reps.
Reps are reps, and then just trust yourself that when you get to that level, you'll step it up just fine.
You know who I'm jealous of? Drew is writing all the fucking time. She's always writing. It's like, and they all work.
Well, sometimes you get in these grooves and it just comes to you, and then it lands, you know, and it's great to take advantage of it when it comes, because sometimes it just comes and goes, you
Did
know.
I tell you mini tag? So I'm gonna get canceled, but whatever. I'm not anybody yet, so can't cancel me if I'm not anybody.
Can't cancel nobody. That's what I love.
So I used to call my ex-husband a pussy, but turns out I was right.
Okay,
Because it transitioned.
Oh, yeah.
Turns out I was right all along.
You know, yeah.
And now I can call her the bitch that she is.
You know, Lori and I had a conversation the other day. She goes, "What would you do without me?" I was like, "I told you, I would be completely lost without you." She goes, "Oh yeah." I said, "Yeah." I said, "I wouldn't have anybody cooking for me." She goes, "You would just hire someone to cook for you." I was like, "You're right." And she goes, "But it would be a bitch, and I don't want no bitch cooking for you." And I was like, "You don't know that. I would hire a dude to cook for me." She's like, "Hell no, you wouldn't." I was like, "Yeah, I would." I was like, "I would even hire a cross-gender." And she's like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'd hire a cross-gender." And then she's like, "That's not a word." And I'm like, "What, really?" And yeah, I totally thought about it, and I didn't even realize what I said. You know what I mean? Like, it sounded right, but it just totally was not right at all. And I wasn't trying to make a joke. It's just sometimes I say weird shit like that. That's one of the reasons why when I do crowd work, it's like 50-50.
Okay.
Because sometimes I say weird shit.
Did I tell you guys that I'm gonna be raising my kitten to be gay?
We gotta train it. Is that?
Yeah. Because I couldn't get a girl. I wanted a girl. So I'm just gonna raise him to be gay.
Pa.
Yeah. Chip. Give me
I watched the thing.
Now,
on
is
Netflix.
it Chip or Chips?
Chip.
Okay, Chip.
I watched
Just
that thing
one
on
chip.
Netflix that shows that you can train cats for sure.
Oh. Sorry about that. Well, I was at Petsco and got him his collar, and it's black and it's velvet and has a little like black poof ball on it. And Isaac's like, "What the fuck is this?" He's like, "This isn't very masculine." And I was like, "Hey, I'm raising him to be gay." He loved that. Isaac told me this premise the other day that he calls me a seeing eye slut because I always find all of his things for him and around the house, and
nice.
I was like, I was giving him head, and he was like, "Where are my keys?" And I was like, "Blah, blah, 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 blah." And he's like, "Oh, thank you." And I was like, "Oh, I put the oral in Oracle."
Wow, I have to find everything myself. Sometimes my laundry will tell me.
Thomas is like, "Man, I need a seeing eye slut." Nice.
I don't know, like seeing eye slut. So I like seeing eye skank. I think it has a better ring to it for some reason.
Seeing Eye Skank is funnier.
Yeah.
Well, maybe you can compare it to like one's an upgrade from the other one.
Okay.
You know?
Let's see.
Yeah,
Let's see.
Seeing Skank is
Slut.
2020.
Seeing eye slut. Seeing eye skank. I think just skank has better ring
Skank
to
has
it.
more humor to it.
It get better ring to it.
You can start with slut and then follow it up with skank,
Mm-hmm.
and then maybe even think of a third one.
That Victoria's Secret joke's been doing really well lately. I'm really happy that I wrote that.
I'm happy you wrote that.
Thanks, brother. Thank you for thinking it's funny.
That's one of those ones where
Getting canceled for sure.
When you get famous.
Huh?
When you get famous. When you do get famous, that's when that joke's going to cancel you. You'll have stopped doing it for like 5 years.
I'm gonna get Gillis.
Yeah.
And the whole time you're just like,
Oh,
you can't
shit.
cancel a nobody.
Just gets
You
hired.
can't cancel a nobody.
Just got hired to
I got nothing
SNL.
to worry about, bro. And then like 10 years later, she's fucking famous. She's on Netflix.
Bitch, you made
And then
transgender jokes.
Someone finds a clip that someone took from the audience one night. And they're like, oh, I forgot I had this.
God,
And then
that's
canceled.
my truth.
Canceled. And then we call it on the podcast, and then people watch the podcast of us calling it that you get canceled from that joke that you stopped doing 5 years ago.
I have IBS, irritable bitch syndrome.
What's gonna get me canceled? What one of my jokes is gonna get me
Killing
canceled?
somebody.
One of your jokes? Probably the one about being 25% white.
Oh yeah,
I think the one about kissing a black
You might
girl.
not be white enough to say some of the jokes.
The
I don't tell that joke anymore.
The burning across one.
Oh yeah.
Why is it an across?
That's so good, though.
I love that joke. I love all your jokes. I also, so sorry to mention the nastiness. I was on my time of the month because I'm a lady, and I was like, I need to be in a better mood, so I microdosed, and I just realized on a spiritual level how much I hate everything. That's the only thing that happened.
I think you can really only do that while you're on your period.
Yeah.
Like, I think that there's a combination of microdosing and
I was like,
being on
I
your period that
fucking hate everything.
it really opens up
Can you
all.
eat when you're microdosing like that?
I do. I ate a
Okay.
fucking Reuben
Yeah.
sandwich.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's only
so
when
you
you
can
get...
still have, you can still have chocolate.
Oh yeah.
Oh, cool.
I told Isaac, oh God, what was it? When I was doing Thunderdome in Oregon. So the crowd gives you premises, right?
Mm-hmm.
And somebody said chocolate starfish, like the bowl, right?
Oh yeah.
And I was
yeah.
like, oh my God. And I was like, okay, first of all, if the asshole tasted like chocolate, I would be eating ass so much more often than I actually am. And plus, Isaac will not let me eat his ass. He doesn't let me touch it. He doesn't let me do anything to him. So, he's missing out. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that escalated.
How was that show? Because I love improv shit like that.
I loved it. As you can see, I was able to just freak out Joe just with the improv. I'm kidding. I'm saying that I don't get to eat ass, and isn't that good? Isn't that nice?
You deprived little thing, man.
Weird thing.
Well,
to
you
be
know what? I
deprived
think
of.
it's a complex thing for men. I think it's because we know it more than anybody.
Well, God fucking pulled one on you and put the G spot in your asshole. So I'm just trying to be a good woman, okay? I'm just trying to be a good partner. And he doesn't know. And I'm like, listen, here's a vibrator, go crazy. And he's like, nope. Nope. And a nope.
Yeah.
And a nope. And I'm like about to show him just like an anatomy graph and be like, you see this? This is how you come. And you need to do this. But he won't.
We're learning a lot tonight.
How straight my partner is.
Yeah, well, no. About jokes.
I'm sorry for being ridiculous.
No, you're good. This is great.
Fuck. I can't cough anymore in public without people being like, I'm gonna kill you, bitch. Get that COVID spike. Get that COVID shit out of here.
It's going away. I think you can cough now.
No, I swear to God, I go to Safeway and I'm like getting over a cold, right? And people are just like,
It's only when homeless people cough that it bothers me.
I hate when I see homeless
have
women
privilege,
with
it
better
doesn't
abs
bother
than I
me.
have. It really makes me upset. I'm
She's
like,
starving
what am
out
I
there,
doing
right?
wrong? Not doing meth?
Dude, honestly, Thomas, I think if we don't go see Dave Chappelle on New Year's Eve, we probably never get COVID.
Yeah.
You know?
That was the sickest I had been in the whole COVID.
Yeah, for
time.
sure. That was
I
it.
blame
That was
Patton
the only
Oswalt
time.
getting canceled on you guys. So
Oh, we were there. We
Yeah,
saw
we
everything. It was
saw.
fucking
I
amazing.
blame it on y'all.
He was awesome.
And the way the crowd erupted and cheered when Dave Chappelle said his name as coming out to do a set, dude, it gave me goosebumps. Like
It's just nuts.
it was an energy.
Ooh, good song.
The whole show was like an energy. Like, you know how when you go to a club and you get like a good energy because it's club energy. They're there to laugh.
Mm-hmm.
It was like that times
$1 million.
2 million. Yeah. the
Well-
energy from the crowd being there so big, Dave's energy. And
Yo.
so, like, to see him get so much hate afterwards for that, I was like, dude, it was so...
Yeah.
Where Joey Diaz came back, I would love to be at that one.
It sucks because, yeah, all the love he was getting.
Mm-hmm.
And then he had to apologize for hanging out with his friend.
Yeah, and doing a guest set.
Yeah.
It was like a
15
10-minute
minutes.
set. Was it 15? It
10,
felt like
10, 15.
Yeah.
I understand people like not enjoying his comedy, but they don't need to try to cancel the guy.
He's one of the nicest little sweetheart teddy bears in the world.
So I've been
Yeah.
thinking about...
I don't get it.
I think this last year has been a good year for meeting comics.
Mhm.
Like, I met Bobcat Goldthwait. I met Duncan Trussell. I met Jeff Ross.
Mhm.
And I met a few other comics, Alonzo Bowden. And so now I've been thinking about, well, I wonder what other comics I'm going to meet in this
Mhm.
path.
Mhm.
And it's something to get excited about.
Yeah.
Because you know that there's a chance, as long as we don't fucking die, fingers crossed, knock on wood, fucking, that we'll eventually meet some people that we look up to.
One of my comedy dreams is just I can get on that level where I can like just go and see a comedian that I'm like, oh, big fan of them, and they're like, hey, what's up? Let's hang.
Yeah, yeah,
Do the
exactly.
hang.
Because they saw you do a set.
That's a dream.
Maybe because you're on the same show, you know?
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, hey, I liked your shit. Like, thank you. Thank you,
That's
sir.
why I want to
you.
do that Kill Tony so
Yeah.
bad.
Well, yeah.
Me too.
Dude, I've been
Really
trying to
like
think of
Kill
what
Tony.
jokes I would go with if I
Oh,
had the
yeah.
opportunity.
I've been coming up with my minute set for if I get the first time on.
Yeah.
It's probably gonna be all the I'm a bad neighbor.
But it's got to be weird shit, though. It's got to be weird shit. But yeah, you do have the race card, for sure. And I'm 25% Mexican, so that's kind of like you being 25% white, right?
Yeah. That's
You're
why
like
I hate
as
you 25%.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew I only hated a quarter of your ass. Drew,
What's up?
who are some comics that when you see on TV, you think I would like to work with them and meet them?
Oh God.
Thomas,
know.
same for you.
I'm a really big don't meet your heroes girl.
Yeah.
But I really enjoy Sam Morril.
Uh-huh.
I really enjoy Rosebud Baker.
Sam is coming to TCC in a couple months.
I've really grown to love Taylor Tomlinson. Like, when she first came on the scene, I didn't really know what to think about her jokes just because, like, I'm not the biggest fan of the mental health material. But I think that she's a very funny comedian. And I think she's really got a great thing going. And I love her bits on YouTube. Are just fucking hilarious. Mark Norman's also amazing. Shane Gillis, I love his sketches. Maria Bamford's my favorite of all time. I'd have to think about that.
Thomas.
I missed Pete Holmes.
I for sure would want to go see or work with Nate
or meet.
Bargatze.
Uh-huh,
Oh, fuck. He's
for sure.
amazing.
When we went to that show, he was just
Yeah, I forgot to mention him, but he's...
incredible.
Yeah.
And because I love clean comedy the most.
Yeah.
I love all comedy, but clean comedy's like got my heart.
Mhm.
And so yeah, and he's amazing at it.
Yeah, he has a way of just like painting real life scenarios.
And then
into
you
these,
don't
like, great
realize it's
jokes.
clean.
Right.
Yeah, and Mark Norman, of course,
Mhm.
Brian Regan.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
why I'm like every time I work with Kermit, I'm like, I
Dude.
can just geek out with
Yeah.
Kermit and I don't know, I guess those guys, but just watching Kill Tony,
Tony Hinchcliffe.
yeah, like that would be fun.
He's amazing.
He
Have you ever seen him? Like, he's on the road like all the time, and him handling hecklers is an art form. And it's,
Oh yeah, I've watched videos,
yeah,
YouTube
he just
videos.
absolutely slam dunks bitches, and I absolutely adore
Dude,
it.
he's so quick. You can
It's
tell just when he's
fantastic.
talking that he's on another level.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, he's firing on all cylinders at all
Yeah.
times, and it's just really cool to watch. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
And you
that's what
feel like
happens when
it's
you
like,
work that muscle, I
bam,
guess.
bam,
You know, well, he's
yeah.
also incredibly talented. So
He's one of the
without
best
sucking his dick
roasters
too
too.
much, he wouldn't let me. He is very gay, but
Is he?
oh yeah.
I thought he had a wife.
Well, fact check me. But
Okay.
there's a lot of jokes about how gay he is, and I don't know. He's got a big old case of gay face.
I think he's just cursed with gay voice.
Well, what if they were both? I don't know. He looks gay. He sounds gay. He's called gay. He might be gay. I think as someone who was married to a gay man previously, I know the signs. At least that's what it would be. Maybe I went through all that just to know that, so my gaydar could get tuned up.
Dude, if I trust anybody's gaydar, it's yours, Drew.
I
for
wouldn't.
Sure.
I wouldn't. Obviously, it didn't work.
Is that still a safe word to use? Is that a safe word to use still?
Which word?
Probably not. We are
Gaydar.
all what
Gaydar.
Seattle
Yeah.
people would consider bigots. For me, even supporting Louis C.K.'s stand-up or Dave Chappelle's, I would be called a bigot.
Oh, that's right.
Or like
I was called
literally
some
getting my
stuff.
LGBTQ card removed. You know, there's like no, I don't get invited to any queer stuff anymore. No, I'm pretty sure they don't fuck with me.
Yeah, I was online bragging about how much fun I had at the Dave Chappelle show and watching his family afterwards on the stage with him to
Uh-huh.
celebrate. And I was called a transphobe.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't brag about it, like going to the show online.
I remember.
But I
getting-
can't be a transphobe. I've got trans friends.
That's so funny.
I got trans family members. Yeah, one of my best friends, Dimitri, trans man.
We all know,
And-
Thomas. We all know
Thank you.
the truth.
I'm very accepting of.
All buttholes.
Yeah.
So buttholes are weird,
Yeah.
but it's weird because we need buttholes because we have mouths.
Well,
So it's
is
like
that
a,
where that dab took you?
it's like a love.
Well, assholes are
It is
weird.
dab number 6 after all.
Well, we need them because we have mouths.
We need to talk about buttholes right now.
Absolutely. I feel like that made me think of Human Centipede, and I did not like it.
That's on you. Though.
Never seen that.
That's on
Good.
you.
Don't.
Yeah, I've never seen it. I saw the
I
title.
was forced
and
to,
like,
and it was
"Nah,
horrible.
I'm not watching
It was
that. bro."
absolutely atrocious. I like cried. It was so horrible.
Same with Lord of the Rings. I was like, no.
Oh no,
never
that's a
watching
wonderful
that, bro.
film. Wonderful, wonderful film.
I mean, I didn't mean to say Lord of the Rings. I meant to say Game of Thrones.
Okay, I was like, I gotta disagree, Joe. I'm sorry.
I was
Lord
like,
of the
"Nope,
Rings is a
I've never watched
motherfucking
Game of Thrones,
masterpiece,
Probably never will.
dude.
And
Game
then-
of Thrones is something else, and I don't know, there's a lot of incest going on, especially in that new the something.
Yeah, when
dragons.
did Game of Thrones come
then
out?
people were talking
Because
about
that
the
might
new
have started
series.
the whole incest porn
I
thing.
don't know. It's just wild. Like,
No, trust me, incest porn's been around for a long time, bro. Trust me.
oh no.
Thanks, comedy dad.
You learn a lot when I'm your comedy dad, bro. Because I'm at the right age where I have plenty of VHS porn. So,
Oh, nice.
yeah. So I've seen them all. I've seen Debbie Does Dallas. It was all right. I give it 3 out of 5 stars.
Man, that would
I
suck.
saw Ron Jeremy suck his own dick in one porn. He was so young and thin that he was able to do it. It was weird. I was like, holy shit, this has Ron Jeremy? And then like later on, he's like sucking his own dick. I'm like, holy shit. You think that'd be something he'd be like bragging about. but-
God damn.
That would suck to be like horny and have to you didn't rewind your VHS and you're like, fuck.
Well,
I feel like a self suck is like kind of like taboo in a way. You know what I mean? Like, how are you
this
supposed
was-
to be
this was in
horny
the
for
70s.
yourself?
I think it was just because he could do it.
That's wild,
And
dog.
they wanted to get it on film.
Oof. That's an uncomfortably long dick. I do not
It was
like
pretty
that.
long. It was pretty
Oof.
skinny too. It was
That
long and skinny.
anteater dick.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No.
Well, I mean, no, it's not appealing, but I mean, he was a star in his field, so you got to give him that.
I always thought he looked like a rat.
He didn't die of AIDS, which is a surprise.
Yeah, well, who's that Harry Potter character guy?
Oh my God, Peter Pettigrew.
But you know what? The thing about VHS
That's so
porn,
fucking funny.
the thing about VHS porn is that people will rewind it back to the part where,
And they came.
yeah, and then you do it so many times that if you just watch it through, you see
Woo.
the fucked up footage from you rewinding it and playing it at
Oh,
that
God.
point over and over again. It damages.
I was
the tape.
blessed with like the Pornhub and
Yeah, you were a younger
YouPorn.
generation. You're fucking
I
born into
remember
that shit.
like fucking ruining my phone by looking it up on like a flip phone just to see like 2 inches of
There's like a
porn. Ruining my phone.
like
My mom's like,
16
"What the
pixels.
fuck happened?" And I'm like, "Can't tell her."
There's like 12 comics that do jokes about finding porn in the woods.
in the
and-
woods.
Yeah, and it happened to me twice
In
actually.
the woods.
Just walking in the woods.
I
Found porn.
When I was a kid, I found porn behind the dumpster at our apartment complex, and I was like the king of the kids.
Oh, because you had all the porn.
I
You were
had-
just handing that shit
Yep.
out.
I was just showing everyone, and then
He was just doing it for the
that
shock
girl
value.
I kissed found out,
Oh no.
or she made me kiss her because she found out she's gonna rat me out.
Oh, so she blackmailed you into kissing her?
Yeah, and then like,
Get some anxiety from
Yeah,
it already?
no, and then
PTSD?
my sister actually found out. So she was like, What's such a big deal?" She went and told my mom. She's like, "Oh, Thomas found a Game Boy magazine." And my mom's like, "So, video games, big deal." My sister was still too young to like
Oh, nice save.
So she was trying to say Gay Boy magazine?
Playboy.
Playboy, okay.
Gay boy. Get the fuck out
Yeah,
of
those
here.
were the magazines I found.
Was that a magazine you know of?
Those are the magazines I found in the woods.
Shit.
I didn't find no straight shit, bro.
Shit. I remember walking in on my dad jacking off.
Oh.
That shit was wild, dog.
Is that why he left? Sorry.
Oh no. It was right around
feel
like,
like-
the Dare program time and
I
like
feel
sex
like-
fag program time. I had just found out he was cheating on my mom, and I was like, "There's a lot to take in, man."
Man, Drew, I'm so sorry that you walked in on that.
His dick is like so small.
Oh, no.
Oh
no,
shit!
no,
I was
no,
like,
no,
I'm
no,
so
no,
blessed to
no,
not be a man.
no. There's just something, okay, true. But there's just something about bringing a child into this world only for them to then permanently be blessed with the sight of you jacking off.
Bruh. And then
That is so.
I saw him fucking my mom in the jacuzzi, and they didn't know that I saw them, and they were fucking to Duran Duran, or what's that one song, "Hungry Like the Wolf"? That one shit. That shit was hilarious. I was laughing my ass off in the kitchen.
Dude, your parents were
They're
failures
fucking
as parents,
crazy,
bro.
dude.
Oh my
They
God.
could have just done so much better. Like,
I mean, maybe Drew doesn't do stand-up comedy if these things don't happen. So maybe it's a good thing they happened.
I was like, woo.
Maybe
You
she's
ever walk in front and
maybe
watch
she'll
your
be-
parents?
maybe she would have been a CEO of a fucking Google
I'm not that smart.
if you wouldn't have. That's not true. If you wouldn't have walked in on your parents. Dude, that's so fucked, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Have y'all ever been caught?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. By
So-
my mom. That was like my first boyfriend. It was a house party, and we've been fucking for a little while at that point. And I was like 14, and she walked in on me, and I was like trying to put a condom on, and I was like, "At least I'm being safe!" And I just like yelled. I just like yelled in the hallway.
At least I'm being
It's safe.
She's just like,
He had a huge dick. It was
Oh,
crazy.
shit.
It was crazy. I remember I had a hard time breaking up with him because of that, and he was the worst. That was like that young, stupid girl brain. I was just like, I'm gonna miss his dick. That's how shit is for young girls. You're a monster.
it's
You're
easy
a
to be
monster.
intimidated.
Well, he was ugly
it's
too.
huge.
He's so ugly.
Oh, really?
He's
Oof.
horribly ugly.
You know what's funny is that I've noticed
the
this
fuck
in
was I
porn
thinking?
where like there's this pattern of ugly dudes with nice looking big dicks, and then there's guys that are like short and they're you can tell just by looking at them though that they have big dick energy, right? And I was just like always jealous of that
What'd I tell
because
you?
I've never exuded big dick energy in my entire life.
Short dudes with big dick energy.
Dude, it's like
Fabulous.
it's crazy, it's weird, and it's just like
Because odds are is that they're probably pretty too. You know.
yeah.
Because if you lose a few points off the height, it's like D&D. You know, you got to scatter
gotta
those,
go somewhere.
your stats.
Yeah. Goes to
I
stand.
swear to God.
Yeah, I just
Swear to God.
gave this stat a little extra love.
Uh-huh.
Oh, yeah.
Sacrifice a few
Sacrifice
fucking
a couple
strength
things.
points.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Get them in Constitution. Constitution.
Yeah, you find
What's
a
up?
you find one that has good stat line all the way across. Yeah, good luck hanging on to that.
I like to find a girl with a 4D dice. I don't know.
4D.
You want big old bitties? He wants those mommy milkers. Fucking line them up.
4D.
God damn, son.
Sorry.
You want to You want them fucking.
He wants to get smothered.
He wants some
He
airbag
wants to be
titties.
knocked unconscious.
He wants to be in that
He
car
wants-
accident when he
yeah.
motorboats him.
He wants to be concussed.
When they're fucking goosh. So like Allison's boobs.
Yeah, you can get slapped for sure.
Yeah.
Huge fuckers.
You know, I haven't seen them in their raw form, but I've heard stories.
Yeah, my grandma used to get sparks when she'd walk around the house. Her fucking
Damn.
her shit went down to the floor. I'm so sorry.
I just visualize.
She's in a moo and it's like, why are your nipples
She's
on your
got some
feet?
dragon titties, but they're pierced.
Yeah,
And that's
exactly.
why the sparks. Yeah.
I wish. That's more like our generation as we get older.
Oh, for sure. But
Yeah.
you know, maybe she kind of had a midlife crisis at 60.
I
got
used to
those
have my
big
nipples
old
pierced,
nipples
so-
pierced.
I'm scared that when I nurse my baby, it's gonna be like all
Yeah.
over the place.
Yeah.
'Cause it's gonna, like,
That's a
still
that's
be
a
in
normal concern.
I don't have them pierced anymore, so that sucks.
Yeah.
I had to take them out. I was fucking stupid and got shit from Spencer's, and it almost ruined my titties.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah, my titty almost fell off.
Yeah. I'm surprised they didn't tell you at the shop. Like, where did you get this? Spencer's?
Oh
No,
fuck,
you're
they're
using
horrible.
this.
They don't care.
They're like using our shit.
Yeah,
Sometimes they don't have shit there. I guess I don't know.
they don't care.
Yeah. It was the 90s though, right?
Yeah, when I was a baby, I got my nipples pierced. Went to Claire's, got my nipples pierced.
Sometimes I forget how old I am and generations lapse.
Well, I was born in '89, so
Shit.
Oh, you got an 8 in yours. That's good.
yeah.
Yo, they were really like malls used to be lawless. Like you just bring in your fucking kid that's like maybe 4, and they're just like, yeah, stab this baby in the ears, please. And they're
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, yeah, no problem, fam. And they're just like,
This is
murders.
perfect. Yeah,
Dude, I remember one time I was always fucking around with my mom when she would take me to the mall.
Mhm.
I would go hide in the coat racks and shit and the clothes racks. But there was one time we were walking down the mall and I was walking in her footsteps. I was looking down at the ground, and every step that she took, I would follow in that same step. And then at some point in time, there was some traffic of people, and I got crossed up, and I started following a different person for like a good distance. And then eventually it got to the point where I was like, Mom, and I like tried to get her attention, and it wasn't her. And I was like, and I remember this too, and I was like 4. And so then everybody freaked out, but luckily the lady was like, hey, you're looking for your mom? And I'm like, yeah. She goes, okay, well, I'll take you to security or whatever. And then my mom's freaking the fuck out because she just lost her son in the mall. And yeah. and
I used to do that too. Like I fucking hated shopping. I
Yeah.
still do. Eh,
He's gonna shoot up.
you
the
deal with
grocery
it
store.
now.
yeah, I like shopping for myself,
Yeah.
but I'd hang in the clothes racks waiting.
Well, I gotta go home
'Cause
soon.
That was the fun thing. Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, it's getting late.
We just been mad chilling.
Well, do you want to give a
There's-
shout out or anything?
There's so many jokes I want to pitch. Let me see. My next show. Yeah, I'm just kind of big chilling for a sec. I want to hit up some clubs. I'm gonna be at Tony V's hosting, and that's on the 6th.
Nice.
Comedy
Where's Tony V's at?
in Seattle.
Ah.
And then I've got a few shows going on, and yeah, we got that show in Ording on the 13th, and then got the Latino show in Seattle on the 16th, and then I've got another run with Richard Larkin later that month. And hell yeah, I want to try to hit up some clubs and see if I can get some hosting spots or something. Show my stuff. We'll see.
Nice.
You know, I've got some good new jokes, and I've got some good old jokes, so I want to fold some new ones into the workload, maybe get a new 15 out. It'd be cool.
You gonna be up for hosting some shows coming up?
Sure.
Okay.
For sure.
Cool.
I really want to get my 45 tighter, better, faster, stronger.
Harder.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yep.
But like, it felt good to do it. You know, it felt good. Cedar Woolley was the best show that we had by far. I smashed that shit. Felt so good.
I wish there was a way we can legit start tracking XP points.
That would be so
right?
dope.
Like if we had our own section on the Comedy and Kitsap website,
Yeah.
and then every time we do a gig, it gets us a certain amount of XP
Yeah.
points.
What are you buying?
Like
nice
a club
camera?
gig would get you like 10 XP points.
Yeah.
Bar gig gets you 2.
Dope shows.
And then
20.
if you have to travel for a little bit, that gets you a couple extra points.
Yeah.
Yeah, the dope show's worth some points.
I feel like I
and
wrapped
then-
up like.
And then you can fucking track it all, and then you can show your XP points, and then that'd
It'd
be
be
fucking
neat.
sick. It'd be a lot of work. And then get little awards, right? So get a little emblem if you do Tacoma Comedy Club. Get like a separate little emblem if you do Spokane
Okay.
Comedy Club, you know?
We could
And collect these little
create a
medals.
system, but
Every time I get quoted how much it would cost to put that into like an app and a webpage, it's like $10K minimum.
yeah,
It's fucking ridiculous.
you can make an Excel spreadsheet.
Yes.
That, and I'll be going to school soon, so all my
Yes.
programming ass will make something.
I keep telling myself that if we find a way to like monetize and make money from some of the content that we do by doing comedy and then turning it into content online, if we can start finding a way to do that kind of money, we can use that towards building websites and shit
Mm-hmm.
and apps. Because I might be able to learn some of the coding, but for the most part, I'd rather just pay someone if we can, like piece by piece,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
Yeah.
and just build off of it. Maybe a little bit here, maybe a little bit there. Who
I mean,
knows?
for now, we can just keep an old school ledger.
Yeah, that's true. We can start tracking it a little
hardcore.
bit. We can just start from
A big old tome.
yeah. It's just on deck, ready to go to give to the person who's
Be
going to make the
fucking
app.
amazing.
Yeah.
Like, here you go.
Big old.
Fucking data
Notebook.
entry, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Welcome
and be
to
like,
it, baby.
We'll list everybody who's done comedy. We'll do it in like old school cursive
Yeah, hell yeah. But I mean, like,
and track it out.
yeah, a little fucking shit like
Put
that
some fucking stickers in
would
there.
be filthy.
Could
and
do a
then-
sticker system.
Get our well. I want to get cards like Thomas had that one day. I
Oh,
think we
neat.
should make our own cards and shit for sure. But hey, you want to shout out your show at Muckleshoot?
Actually, I'm on Roastamania October 15th at
Nice.
Tacoma Comedy Club. I'll be facing my best friend Shelby. And then November 11th, Muckleshoot Casino. I'm
Nice.
opening for Casey Nicholson, and I do 15 minutes. That is Veterans Day. It's gonna be
Nice.
sick,
It's gonna
yeah.
be sick,
bruh.
bruh.
I have to pee so fucking bad.
All right, we'll wrap
You
her
should
up.
go.
Well, thanks for watching the Comedy and Kitsap podcast with
Yeah.
Drew Lopez, Thomas Friday, and myself, Joseph Rogers.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Have a good night.
Good night.